So we're adding resources to the game, and this is obviously a big change for us. And when you think about what Sea of Thieves represents, crews of players going out there into this world and having these emergent adventures, resources obviously plays a big part of that, where
huge.
they're obviously encountering kind of unpredictable things in the world, and how they use those resources is critical.
Yeah, this also adds another dynamic when you're on an island treasure hunting, but you see some barrels on there and you go and have a scavenge to see if there's anything that can help you. But it also gives you a reason to stop off at islands that you perhaps don't have treasure on, is to go and have a look for some resources and see what you can get to help you.
I think early on we made this clear distinction between what your items were and what your resources were. The difference being that we wanted everyone to have a shovel, everyone to have a lantern, everyone potentially to have things like musical instruments, so they can be part of that kind of co-op and that social sharing. But at the same time, we wanted that gameplay, that resources provided, where these things could run out and create these interesting scenarios for players. And I think thinking back and to why we added these resources, I think it was all around consequence, wasn't it?
Definitely.
It was a sense that you're going to have these stories with your crew in the world, and your use of these resources as a result of that. So, the fact that we never had regenerating health.
Yeah.
And the reason we did that was because we wanted players to have these stories, and there was memorable moments over why you lost that health, and then sharing that story at the end of an adventure.
We wanted like every part of the adventure and every part of the story to mean something. So if going into a ship battle and using pieces of wood didn't have a long-lasting effect, then it was kind of more meaningless to the players. We wanted everything to form a part of your story. So if you get into gun combat with an enemy and you need to regenerate your health, like you say, it doesn't automatically regenerate. You have to use a resource or make the decision of whether this is the right time to use those resources as well. In a ship battle, like up until now, you've had infinite planks of wood, so no matter how many times you get hit, you can repair it. But now you'll have finite pieces of wood. So things like damage on the middle deck of the ship, you might prioritise that less than lower deck damage, which is below the water line, because that's going to let more water in.
Yeah, and a big part of that is the fact that we're now adding the bucket.
Yeah.
Because you can now run out of wood, we're giving you this item where everyone has it and they can bail the water in the ship.
Yeah.
So you get all these new scenarios where we've had loads of treasure on board, middle and lower deck are kind of full of holes, all the water's gushing in, the kind of water level's rising, we've been frantically kind of bailing with the buckets, and we've just made it back in time.
Yeah, it's so cool, that rewarding moment of managing to just limp back into the outpost and cash your treasure in.
As your ship sinks in the background.